It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And up next are the Texans' burner at wide receiver. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Texans and the Jags, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
On first down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And 4th down on is Logan Cook to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
He finds his man complete. It's Newton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally on the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down. Back to throw again. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Newton. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So time to see Jacksonville get on offense for the second time here in this game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Draw play, Etienne. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up and let's keep...
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Lloyd, he finds his man, complete. It's Summers. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Morse. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go. Morse. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Lloyd. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. A give running right, ETN, and he can muster only a couple here to the 24. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. No surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another toe-free TM, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a handoff up the middle. Morse, and he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's the option. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Off the play fake. Lloyd. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. More than 1 defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle they go. Morse. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Morse, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point safely through, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even...
He's got a man, complete! And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And Ingram hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. But to throw again is Lawrence. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now Lawrence. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and goal. Lawrence.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try to run with ETN. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Newton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Lloyd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Play is under review.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. 3 touchdown passes there for Jalen Hurts. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Lloyd. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence, out route. He finds his man. It's Jones. And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on first down. Lloyd going right back to Galladay. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Morse. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Newton. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Looking to throw. Lloyd. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on second and 14. Lawrence. Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really eliminate them. Not cool.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because a
touchdown! Kenny Galladay from 8 yards out. And the Texans have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Kenny Galladay. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. We see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Got a man. It's Collins complete.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Off-play action. Lloyd. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Foya Sade Aluakin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Houston. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Off the play fake. Lloyd. He finds his man. Complete. It's Newton.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are. And let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On 2nd down now, Morse, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Morse, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 4th down, Lloyd. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And they'll go again with ETN.
And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Over the middle, complete. That's Newton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll run on 1st down. Morse. And down inside the 15 he goes.
120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Lawrence will throw.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Alert. Opposite.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here.
Extra point up and through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Morse. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Morse. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Up the middle they go. Morse.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Morse. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. Morse. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move.
Nope. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now out come the Jags.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. We go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Texans, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's going to all but eliminate them from the play.